Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, apologies for not uploading for a long time. I've had a lot of self-employed work going on, so unfortunately the channel had to be put on a bit of a back burner. Speaking of self-employed, that leads me nicely onto the topic of today's video, where I am reviewing Starling's Sole Trader Account, which I have been using since 2019 for my business. Before we get into the review, let's start off with a couple of basic questions. As a sole trader, should you have a separate account to separate your personal money and your business money? And second, do you need a business account, or could you just use a normal current account? It's a few good reasons why you would want to separate your personal account from your business account. And the biggest reason is to help you when it comes to do your accounting. According to a study carried out by QuickBooks, UK freelancers and sole traders spend 15 days per year sorting out business expenses from their personal spending. Having a separate account for your business's incomings and outgoings completely removes that headache. Apart from wasting loads of time, not having a separate account for your business could mean that you accidentally end up paying the incorrect amount of tax. When it comes to completing your self-assessment, you'll have to go through all of your business expenses to make sure that you've calculated your profit correctly. If you have to sift through hundreds of personal transactions while you're looking for those business expenses, there's always a small chance that you might miss some. So when it comes to reporting your profit to HMRC, it would be incorrect, and that means that you'd be paying the incorrect amount of tax because you've given them the wrong amount of profit. Now to answer the question, can I just use a normal but separate current account? In that study carried out by QuickBooks that I mentioned earlier, it found that 3/4 of sole traders in the UK use personal bank accounts for their businesses. The problem with doing this is that in a lot of cases, using a personal bank account for your business is against the bank's terms and conditions. So there's always a chance, although it is small, that they may turn around and close your account. Of course, there's always the argument that they'll never find out, but I don't know, is it really worth the risk? There are many other reasons why getting a proper business account is a good idea, but I don't want this section of this video to go on for too long. So hopefully the 3 reasons that I have already mentioned gives you a good idea as to why it's probably worth just doing things properly. So now that you've decided that you want to go ahead and open a business account, let's go ahead and talk about what Starling's Sole Trader Account has to offer. So firstly, we'll talk about the ease of opening. I think that one of the reasons why some people might not want to open a business account is because they may think that it might be difficult and time consuming. But to be honest, opening my Sole Trader account with Starling really couldn't have been easier, although I would like to point out that I did already have a personal account with them, so I feel like that may have sped up the process a bit. But even if you don't have a personal account with them, it's just a case of verifying your identity using a piece of ID such as driving license or passport, and just taking a very quick video of your face, and that will just prove who you are. The entire process shouldn't take longer than 10 minutes, and then you'll get your debit card in the post a few days later. The next section is helping you stay organized. I've actually grouped 3 features together in this section because they work very well together to help you stay organized. So first of all, you've got your instant payment notifications, so you know either when you've spent some money or when you've been paid. And just a side note, this doesn't really seem like a big deal, but sometimes I'll just be like sitting at my normal job and I'll just get like a little payment notification from Starling, and I know that I'm now a little bit richer than I was a few minutes ago, which is always nice. Anyway, now that you've got your payment, you can head into the app and see the next feature, which is the automatic expense categorization. Of course, if the expense has been incorrectly categorized, you can always change that manually. And finally, the third feature is the ability to upload receipts into the app and attach them to individual transactions. So one day, say you need a copy of an old receipt that you've thrown away, you can always scroll back to the transaction that you're looking for and then download the receipt from within the app. These are features that will help you keep on top of your bookkeeping and therefore will save you time and give you more time to focus on growing your business. Our next section is all about spaces. The Sole Trader account also has the fantastic feature that you find in Starling's personal account, which are saving spaces. These are really useful for things like putting money aside to save up for equipment you may be thinking of buying for your business in the future. But more importantly, it's great to have somewhere that you can put money aside to pay your tax bill at the end of the year. One of the best things about Starling's Sole Trader account is that there are no ongoing monthly fees. Not having to pay any monthly fees is especially great if, say, you've only just become self-employed, you've not got tons of money coming in, and you're really trying to keep your expenses to a minimum. In terms of withdrawing cash, there's no fee if you use an ATM, and there's a 50p charge if you use the post office counter service. If you want to deposit cash using the post office counter service, the fee will be either £3 or 0.7% of the amount being deposited, whichever is higher. So to conclude, the pros of Starling's Sole Trader account are that it's free, it's easy to open, and it includes some basic tools that are going to help you keep on top of your accounting and your bookkeeping. The cons are that you don't earn interest on your positive balances and you get charged to deposit cash. As I said in one of my previous videos, I avoid cash like the plague. So if you're like me, charges to deposit cash won't affect you. And of course, this becomes less of an issue the more we move to a cashless society. Some people may consider them not having any physical branches as a negative, but to me, it just means that I can do everything on my phone then, and which I consider a positive. So in my opinion, the only real downside is that you don't actually earn any interest on your balance, but I sort of get around this by not leaving that much cash in my actual business account. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Have you got a Starling business account? What do you think of it? If you don't have a business account at all, are you thinking of opening one now? And would you consider Starling? If you want to see more UK personal finance related content, then make sure you're subscribed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.